Hey everybody, Dave here. I know it's close to Christmas. A lot of us, the last things on our mind are going to be cooking because we'll be doing enough of that in a couple days. But we still have to eat dinner, and there's something that I want to show you today that's pretty easy. It's going to be tasty and it's relatively healthy. And we're going to use the air fryer, so it'll be quick. It's going to be a stuffed chicken breast with provolone cheese and asparagus. And I'm going to wrap one of them in bacon, and we're going to do them in the air fryer. So see how those come out. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, be very careful with this. We're going to take a chicken breast and we're just going to cut towards the top a little bit, but we're not going to go all the way through. We're going to go halfway, and we're just, like I'm showing you here, we're just going to open it up like a book, and no need to flatten it out any more than that. And once you've got that opened up, we're going to add a little bit of some salt and pepper. Now I've already butterflied a second piece, so I'm just going to kind of lay that out here, and again I'm going to add some more salt and pepper. Just a little bit. So once we get this seasoned up like that, next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of smoked paprika. I love it. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it on a little bit. I think it adds that little bit of smokiness to the provolone that we're going to put on a little bit later. So I'm just going to kind of rub that in there and repeat it on both sides. And that's about it for that. So next up is the cheese. We're going to throw on 2 pieces each, a fairly thick cut provolone. And to that, we're going to add some asparagus. You remember me showing you how to snap it to get to the freshest side? Well, we're going to take those fresh washed pieces and we're going to put about 4 on each chicken. And you're just going to repeat this for the second one. Now here I have a metal skewer. You can also use a wooden toothpick. What I want to do is just pretty much roll up the chicken as best as you can until the sides meet. Then you're going to get the metal probe and you're just going to kind of put it through one side, out the other, and just kind of interweave it back and forth between the 2 sides like you're suturing it shut. So once you get it closed, you're going to have a nice little tight parcel, and you're going to repeat the same process with the second piece. Now once you get these done, you're going to take an egg wash, which is a little bit 2 eggs and some water, and I'm just going to kind of bathe the chicken in that. Be careful because it is still delicate. And I'm going to use the breadless breadcrumbs that we used, that I had left over from the chicken parmesan that we did earlier. So we're going to take both pieces and we're just going to pretty much do the same thing. Put the egg wash on and the leftover breadcrumbs. Now these obviously aren't the breadcrumbs I had the raw chicken in. This was some that I had put aside, but it works pretty well in the fridge. Just put it in a Ziploc bag and you can use it again for something like this. So I've got both parcels wrapped up. They're sewn up and I've got them in through the egg wash and put in through the breadless breadcrumbs. And now I'm going to prep the air fryer. I've got the griddle basket in, and I'm just going to give it a light coat of garlic infused olive oil, and I'm going to take one of the parcels and just kind of place it in there to one side, giving enough room for the other one. But for this one I'm going to do something a little bit special. It's not necessary. I'm going to kind of wrap it in some bacon. And like I said, if you're watching your fat content, it's not something that's required. You can have it either way. And I got some wooden toothpicks. I'm just going to try to secure this bacon to the chicken a little bit, because as it crisps up, it's going to shrink and it's going to end up pulling itself off the chicken. So you can soak these wooden toothpicks if you want ahead of time so they don't burn up in the oven, but I didn't with these, and Turns out they didn't burn up. And now I'm going to stick this in the air fryer. Again, the times are rough. I'm going to stick a probe in here to get to the internal temp of 165. But basically, I'm going to start it at 350 degrees, and I'm going to set it for 20 minutes. And I'm going to check it after 10. I ended up cooking this at 375, and this is after 20 minutes. It looks pretty brown, but the internal temp is only 132 degrees, and I want it to 165. So I'm just going to flip this one piece with the bacon over a little bit because I want the underside of the bacon to make sure that it crisps up. And I'm going to toss it in for another 9 minutes at 375. All right, well, it's been another 9 minutes, and we've got an internal temp of 164. Oh, 165. So that's absolutely perfect. I'm going to pull this back out, and wow, the scent, the crispiness, and look at the cheese. It's all still inside. It didn't ooze out. It's still right where I want it. So let's plate it up. I've taken the skewers out and the toothpicks, cleaned up the plate a little bit. And I'm going to throw in some mashed potato. And you remember when I made the gorgonzola butter for the filet mignon the other day? Well, I had left over for that roll, and I think that is going to go perfect right on top of this potato. So let me pull that out of the fridge, and I'm just going to slice up 2 little pieces of that gorgonzola butter, and time for a little bit of garnish, and there you have it. Now I'm going to cut into it just so that you can see the goodness in here. And like I said, the smell is just amazing. And the cheesy goodness, it's absolutely cooked to perfection. I don't know if you can see it or not, but look how that meat is glistening. It's so moist, and it's just so full of wonderful juice. So anyway, there you have it. It's oven air roasted stuffed chicken breast with mashed potato. I hope you enjoy it. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. It's so easy, it's so quick, and I'd really love to hear what you thought of it.